Flags of Our Fathers is the story of one of the most crucial and bloodiest battles of World War II, the struggle for the island of Iwo Jima. The film focuses on 5 Marines and a Navy corpsman raising the American flag on Mount Suribachi and the after effects of that event on their lives. Eastwood tried to option Flags of Our Fathers after the book by James Bradley and Ron Powers was published in 2000. However, Steven Spielberg had already bought the rights. In early 2001, Spielberg assigned its adaptation to the screenwriter William Broyles Jr. Steven wasn't satisfied with the screenplay, and it lay dormant until he met with Eastwood in 2004. After that, Eastwood took charge as the director, with Spielberg as the producer.
I'd made it because he asked me to.
Paul Haggis wrote the final screenplay.
It was such a good book. It was so big. So I sulked and I complained, and I tried everything I could to get out of it. But it was Clint Eastwood, Steven Spielberg. You can't turn those guys down, right? So it took about 3 months to figure out how to write it.
James Bradley, a son of one of the flag raisers, was one of the writers behind the original book, Flags of Our Fathers.
While my father was alive, he would not talk about the flag raising or Iwo Jima. After he died, we found some boxes. I found some hints about his past. I followed up those hints, made a few telephone calls, and here we are.
In the times, they had to come back, and they just had to adjust. And a lot of people adjust by talking about things, and a lot of people just close up. John Bradley just was the kind of guy who closed up. I've talked to many Iwo vets, and it's only in recent years that they've come forward and found a catharsis of talking about it. But most of them went home and just shut their brain off.
The powerful true story of Flags of Our Fathers inspired the young cast.
The image I was obviously familiar with, although I thought it had been taken in the heat of battle. I had no idea there was another flag or any of that sort of stuff, which was all fascinating to me when I did find out. But I read the book and, learned a lot about the circumstances and about the characters. I read the book as soon as I heard that Clint Eastwood had optioned it, when there was no script. And I'd always wanted to do a World War II film because of my grandfathers. My one grandfather in particular, who won a Bronze Star in Germany for fighting on the ground, was my hero. And to pay some kind of tribute to him and to the men he served with, and even in a greater sense to that generation and the way they defined our world, was massively important to me.
I knew of this photograph growing up in Northeast England, which completely different growing up in mainland America. So I saw it and was just like, I wasn't too sure if it was real, if it was staged. And secondly, I just thought, it's American patriotism, and that was something I didn't understand. We English, we only get patriotic when someone's literally about to invade us, and then it's like, okay, we have to get together, like Churchill, which is amazing.
The best part for me in making this film was allowing the voice of Ira to speak, and a lot of his voice is emotion.
At the 2008 Cannes Film Festival, director Spike Lee, who was making Miracle at St. Anna about an all-black U.S. division fighting in Italy during World War II, criticized director Clint Eastwood for not depicting black Marines in Flags of Our Fathers.
Welcome, Mr. Spike Lee.
I've said this, not the first time I've said it. Clint Eastwood is a great filmmaker, and I respect his work. And he did 2 films about Iwo Jima back to back, and there was not one black soldier in both of those films. Add the running times of both films, that's over 4 hours. Many veterans, African Americans who survived that war are upset at Clint Eastwood for not even having one. But, Clint Eastwood, he's a great director, and that was his vision. And his vision of Iwo Jima, Negro soldiers did not exist. Simple as that, I have a different version.
Eastwood believed Lee was using the comments to promote his film, Miracle at St. Anna.